North Korea says it will continue with artillery drills along its coastline after firing over 130 shells into the ocean on Monday. Pyongyang says the drills are a response to South Korea's military activity. So far this year, North Korea has conducted several artillery drills and tested roughly 70 missiles, including long-range ICBMs, capable of hitting the United States. Some experts believe that the authoritarian regime could be gearing up for a nuclear test. For more on the recent developments in the Korean Peninsula, our reporter Jaime Ocon spoke to Robert York, Director of Regional Affairs at the Pacific Forum based in Hawaii.
Recently, a new wave of sanctions was announced on North Korea. Will this change anything regarding the way it goes about testing its missiles?
Sanctions should be looked at as something that are necessary but not sufficient. There's always the question of how well they are being enforced, and unfortunately, the vast majority of sanctions and evading activities tend to take place in Chinese territory, and in places where the U.S. really is unable to enforce them. So there are some that happen in places outside of Chinese territory, other partner countries in Asia, where the U.S. could be more active. There could be more attention placed, and there really could be a much greater focus on these activities in general. I think the Biden administration has been quite distracted by other events that are happening domestically and elsewhere. And as a result, sanctions impeachment has not been what it should be. The recent sanctions, it's good to see South Korea and Japan and the U.S. working together on this issue, of course, but that's not going to actually change North Korean behavior.
Can you talk about the reason behind this year's record amount of weapons tests? Why is there so many, and is there a nuclear test imminent?
That is something that's really known only by them, but we have seen a shift definitely in emphasis. Kim Jong-un has talked about the need for a final victory, for instance, and kind of suggested that North Korean nuclear activities are no longer just for defense, themselves. If it was just for defense, they established their ability to deter any outside attack a long time ago. So consistently building out their capacity, it's the reasons for them doing that go beyond deterrence, and they are talking more and more about their offensive capabilities. But